Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
All right, Dave, you are now on with Steve of MMA Mania. Go ahead, Steve.
David, the caveman Rickels, always a pleasure to talk to you. How are you feeling today?
What's up, man? Every day's a damn good day, so let's do some interviewing.
You've got a very interesting opponent coming up at Bellator 159, the young assassin Melvin Guillard, but not so young anymore. What are your thoughts on him?
You know, it's really cool of Cisco to take time out of his rap career to come down to the Kansas Star and fist fight me in a cage. No, Melvin is, what you see is what you get, man. Melvin is an exciting fighter who's going to come out. He's going to throw down like that. He's going to look to knock me out in the first 2 minutes, and I think, you know, that's his only chance, is grazing me with some kind of shot in the first round. And I think I'm a much better fighter, so I hope to prove that.
Judging by what you're saying, it should be a striking exchange, which, as you said, Melvin is what you see is what you get, and that tends to be the kind of fight he likes, and you tend to win those kind of fights, too, in a lot of cases.
Yeah, so, you know, training camp has been pretty easy as far as, like, getting guys who just want to knock my head off. It's been pretty easy to find guys like that, so, yeah, training camp's gone really good for me. I'm feeling really in tune with my striking, my movement, and all of the above. So, you know, I'm hoping to go in there and kind of outclass him.
Well, I don't want to diminish Guillard too much when I say this, but he hasn't won in a little bit. He hasn't won a Bellator fight since he came to the promotion. He hasn't won since 2014, so an easy opponent nobody ever is. But do you feel like it's almost a gimme?
Man, you know, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to say there are gimmies, you know, I definitely think that there are harder opponents out there. You know, a Ben Henderson fight, a Josh Thompson fight are much harder to train for, much harder to prepare for. But, you know, with guys like Melvin Guillard, you do have to be very diligent with what you do. You have to be precise in what you do. Because if you fuck up and you start walking backwards and let that guy throw a 5-piece combo on you, that could be like hell. So, yeah, I've been very careful with my training and what I'm doing with my movements, and you know, I feel like I'm fully prepared for whatever he comes out with.
I talked about his record a little. Your record has alternated between wins and losses, other than, of course, the no contest, which you would have won. I think we both agree on that, other than the fact that it got thrown out because of an accidental illegal knee. But are you looking to put together a win streak at this point? You've got the skill, you've got the power, you've got the technique, but it's been hard to get a couple of wins in a row.
Yeah, unfortunately, that goddamn Michael Chandler seems to be my kryptonite. And, yeah, I think that, I've been making a lot of improvements. I think that, you know, even in that last Michael Chandler fight that I had, you saw a lot of improvements in my game, my, composure and, striking, all of the above. You know, there was definitely some good moments for me in the fight, but, yeah, I think the small steps and getting the momentum, I think is going to be one of these great things for me, you know. Building some momentum with a, you know, big win over Melvin Guillard. Like you said, he doesn't quite have, the shine that he used to, but, nonetheless, win over Melvin Guillard, a former UFC vet, it still looks good on the rap sheet.
And you mentioned Chandler being your kryptonite, but at the same time, we can at least give him some credit that, you know, he took momentum from that second fight with you and took it all the way to being the Bellator lightweight champion again.
Yeah, no, man, you know, it's funny. It's one of those things where, like, I watch Michael Chandler and, like, I have a lot of respect for him. You know, I watch a lot of his training and the way that he trains, and I watch his fights, and, you know, I want to pick him apart, but, he does some things very well, and it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, he's always fun to watch. So are you. And on that note, do you have anything spectacular planned for your entrance in your return to one of your favorite venues there in Mulvane?
You bet your ass I do. Got something great planned, like I always do, because this is my hometown, and I love my people. And, yeah, man, there's an expectation at hand now. Like, I can't do a hometown fight and not do a badass walkout. So yeah, I got something going down.
All right, I can't wait to see that. But hey, what are your thoughts on the fact that this is coming 6 days after the mega card in London? You know, it seems like there's just a whole lot of MMA going on right now with these 2 Bellator cards a week apart, 4 UFC cards a week apart. It feels like pretty massive right now.
Yeah. I mean, MMA has definitely built a lot of steam and momentum over these past few years. Like, I can literally remember fighting on a dirt ring. So, things have changed quite a bit. Yeah, so the last time that I fought Bobby Cooper, we were after the St. Louis mega event, and we pulled in 780,000 viewers. So I'm hoping there's another trickle effect, and a lot of people can get their eyes on my beautiful beard.
You mentioned there are some other people out there that would be a little trickier to train for, guys like Josh Thompson and Benson Henderson. Is that who you're gunning for with a win?
You know, I think those are just inevitably some guys that are going to be in my way. You know, another fight that really makes sense to me would be a Petricky Pitbull fight too. But yeah, those are kind of the guys I see. Petricky, Josh Thompson, Ben Henderson, and Chandler. Like, those are the guys that I kind of picture at the top right now. Campos is kind of doing his thing too, but yeah, we've got a lot of studs at 55, and I will gladly and slowly and systematically knock them off.
And you're going to stick with 155 for now in the foreseeable future? There's no plans on going up or down at all?
Yeah, man, I've been doing this thing where I've been, like, growing muscles in places that didn't used to be there. So, but, I mean, you know, weight is on par for making weight next week and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could fight either one, but, yeah, 55 for now. You know, I've got my eyes set on some guys and some fights in that area, and I feel like I'm finally starting to fight a little bit like a lightweight. So, yeah, I'm going to be here for a bit.
But you are also very big for a lightweight at 6 feet tall, and I know that occasionally they have...
I know, it sucks, man. Dude, they got him. I just wish there was like one in between. Like, why is there not a 162 or some shit? But yeah, there's not. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I have this feeling that because of how adamant you are about taking a fight and not giving a damn and just going in there and doing what you got to do, that if somebody falls out of a welterweight fight on short notice, you might just come back and fight at 170.
Oh, you better believe I'll jump in. Yeah, I'm definitely jumping in. I've actually expressed to Bellator that if they've got some big fights at 170 that they want me to pursue, that I'm 100% down for it.
You've already said your weight's on point, so I'm assuming you're probably 165, 170 right now as you're starting to make your final cut.
Yeah, I'm about 169, 170. So yeah, things are going good. It's that's pretty typical for me.
And you got over a week to go, so you got plenty of time to get that final weight off.
Yeah, I'll trickle it down to about 66, and then I'll cut from there on day of.
Now, are they doing the early morning weigh-ins for Mulvane?
They are, yes, which I'm very grateful for, and like that's been a big blessing. So yeah, the 10 a.m. to noon is our weigh-ins, and yeah, I'll definitely be there at 10 a.m.
That seems to be a thing a lot of fighters are a fan of. In fact, the last time I talked to Michael Chandler, he said he was going to campaign for early morning weigh-ins in St. Louis, and I think that paid out dividends for him.
Yeah, I can't imagine any fighters being against it. It would be really strange if they were.
So, do you think this is something that should just become the standard now, is all fight leagues everywhere, every promotion, every major card should have early morning weigh-ins? Do you think this should just be the new standard?
Well, I think, yes, I think it should be, because it should be a little bit of give and take. If you're going to take away the IVs for the fighters, then you should give them a little bit extra time to recover, and get those fluids back into their body. Yeah, so I think 10 a.m. is a good time.
Yeah, it makes sense from a fighter health safety point. You know, you don't want people coming in dehydrated and possibly getting a concussion after that. It's just all the ramifications of being dehydrated in a fight are bad news.
Or do they? Because you're much more likely to get knocked out when you're dehydrated. So they might want knockouts out there, but no, as a fighter, man, like you want to get all that fluid back into your brain, give you as much cushion as possible. And, yeah, more time is always better.
Well, speaking of more time, I know you're going to spend more time getting ready for this fight. So you talked about finding training partners that just want to come in there and knock your head off. Anybody specific that you brought in just for that purpose, or just the same guys you usually work with?
Like I said, I picked up some, well, not picked them up. I just went out to, I'm out in the team elevation. I'm with a lot of new guys, So I'm seeing fighters who, when we line up to spar, I don't even know what they're good at. I don't know if they're going to be a striker, a wrestler, or a jiu-jitsu guy, because I don't know who the person is. So, that aspect is kind of cool in itself. And then, I've been sparring with Matt Brown. There's this guy named Lavelle out there who's pretty good at brawling. And, yeah, man, just some of those team elevation guys have really helped me out. Drew Dober there, UFC fighter as well. So yeah, I've had a good mix of guys.
Yeah, and if there's any guy who will ever just totally look to take your head off every time, it's the immortal Matt Brown.
Yeah, we had some. One of my favorite moments in training camp was like me and Matt Brown had this ridiculous banger round where we were beating the hell out of each other, and then after the round, Matt looks at me and he goes, "That should have been on camera." And I was like, yeah, that was awesome.
Well, now I feel the same way. I regret that there wasn't a fly on the wall filming the whole thing so we could watch it.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you ask any fighter in like the greatest fights, like some of the best battles you've ever seen, I mean, they usually take place in the gym.
I've kind of thought that myself about, certain camps like Team Elevation and the Scrap Pack. Is like, can we just put a camera in there for one day and just let us see what goes on?
Yep. It sure would be fun to watch.
Absolutely. But it's definitely going to be fun to watch you and Melvin Guillard go toe-to-toe. It's going to be a war. Kansas Star Arena, Mulvane, Kansas, July 22nd. A must-see fight on Spike TV. Anything you want to throw out there, plug, mention, sponsors, anything before I let you go today?
I will throw out some sponsors, man. Aubrey Marcus with On It Labs. They've been with me since Bellator was on MTV2, man. So, they're a huge sponsor of mine, and I really want to thank those guys for sticking and being loyal to me as much as their company has blown up. And then Future Legends Apparel, they sponsor a lot of Bellator fighters, man. And they're true to their word. They're forever loyal. Like, they've been loyal to me every fight and treated me very fairly. So, those are just a couple guys I want to shout out.
I want to throw out a shout out for you as well. At the Caveman316 on Twitter, consistently one of the most entertaining fighters you can follow. Everybody should be out there. Do you have Tumblr, Snapchat, anything else people should know about?
Yeah, Snapchat. I mean, all of mine, my Instagram, my Twitter, my, Snapchat, it's all the Caveman316. So add me and prepare for debauchery.
Prepare for debauchery and prepare for the Caveman 316 to whip some ass coming up here on July 22nd against Melvin Guillard.
That's right, man.
All right. Thank you as always for the time, David. I really appreciate it.
Hey, great interview, man. Thank you.